Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is Winnie the Pooh. And I would suggest do yourself a favor and either search on YouTube or find some of the books of Winnie the Pooh. Watch and listen through, read the stories. There's so much beautiful wisdom, beautiful, gentle wisdom in the story of Winnie the Pooh. And then, of course, where our work this week comes from is not from the original stories, but the original stories have as much wisdom as the book written called the Tao of Pooh, which is Benjamin Hoff's version, taking the characters, using the nature of the characters to relate to the work of Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching. Really beautiful stuff. Awesome work. But go and have a look at the original Winnie the Pooh again. Read the book, watch the videos. Such beautiful wisdom, even in the original story of Winnie the Pooh. Somebody very good morning, and Maggie, good morning. It's awesome seeing you. Right, let's get straight into today's work. The first quote from the Tao of Pooh says, "There are things about ourselves that we need to get rid of. There are things we need to change. But at the same time, we do not need to be too desperate, too ruthless, too combative. Along the way to usefulness and happiness, many of those things will change themselves, and the others can be worked on as we go. The first thing," and this is the theme for our meditation today, the first thing we need to do is to recognize and trust our own inner nature and not lose sight of it. I love that. It says, yes, there are things we need to change, yes, there are things we need to work on, but the first thing that we need to do is recognize and trust our own inner nature. Don't lose sight of that. Anthony, good morning. It's good to see you, man. Hello. So this next thought just reaffirms the same thing. That says, do you really want to be happy? You can begin by being appreciative of who you are and what you've got. The next thought, which is a beautiful little piece, says, how can you get very far if you don't know who you are? How can you do what you ought if you don't know what you've got? And if you don't know which to do of all the things in front of you, then what you'll have when you are through is just a mess without a clue of all the best that can come true if you know what and which and who. Beautifully said, and it just leads you again back to you. That's the work. That's where the big work is get to know who you are. The last thought from the Tao of Pooh says, the masters of life know the way. The masters of life know the way. And if you know the Tao Te Ching at all, it talks about this way, the way of how to live, the way of how to live a life. The masters of life know the way, for they listen to the voice within them, the voice of wisdom and simplicity, the voice that reasons beyond cleverness and knows beyond knowledge. The voice within. This reminds me so much of the work by Paul Selig and the Guides, which is fundamentally based on this question, who am I? And we'll use that in our meditation today. A couple of thoughts, a couple of questions that lead us inwards and ask us to reflect on who it is that we are. This is what Winnie the Pooh's words this morning leads us to do. First, get in contact with your true nature. Trust in your true nature. But sometimes it takes us a bit of work to figure out what that even means. What is my true nature? If you're ready, you can close your eyes And let's float away on today's journey together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly full of air, feel yourself grow, expand from your core outwards in all directions. And once you have a belly full of air, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Continue your own full body breathing, rising and falling with every breath. And think for a moment of the term your true nature, or who you really are. Often in the past, if we've encountered this idea, just be who you are, be authentic, be who you really are. I often find in people a very big knee-jerk reaction. I can't just be authentic, I can't just be who I am, because who I am is really a bad person. Have you ever felt that way? Has your first reaction to who you really are ever been, yes, but I am a bad person, I'm not a good person? I find that most people, because since we've been born, we've been through so many experiences, we've picked up so many coping mechanisms of dealing with a scary world. And some of our coping mechanisms, some of our old habits, might not have been the best. Might have made you think you're a bad person. But these are only the outer layers. It's the baggage we've picked up along the way. It's the ways we armored ourselves in protective layers against what scared us in the world. Ways of trying to figure out, how do I cope in this world? How do I survive? None of that is who you are. But as you go deeper, as you peel back the layers, you slowly start seeing the old habits just for what they are. A way for this human to cope. And as you get deeper and deeper closer to the being that you are, it becomes easier to see that what you are is pure, has always been. And who better to ask than your soul, who's been here for the whole ride and knows. We'll do that today. We'll sit at the feet of our soul and ask, and see if any questions come to the surface. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down as comfortable as possible for the next part of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles. Forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. And one more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies in into beautiful presence as much as we are able to for the moment. We can turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. If you don't have time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this would be a great place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body and invite softness into every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. As you release, feel yourself melting, feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a long, slow exhale every time. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, imagine you could completely let go. Watch yourself Open your hands, unclench your fingers, let go of the edge, and fall. Fall over backwards, tumbling through space, knowing that you're only falling into you. Take your next big breath. How deep into you can you fall? Can you get all the way to the core of who you are? And find yourself sitting at the feet of your soul. What would that look like? Could you create a picture of it? Take your next big breath. The work of Paul Selig and the guides ask us to claim these three statements. Claim the truth of these three statements. I know who I am, I know what I am, and I know how I serve. The teaching says, claim it as truth, and even if you don't know what it means, your soul does. That's what we'll do today, and we'll ask a bit of help from our soul too. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the first statement is, I know who I am. What does it feel like when you say it? How does it sit in you when you claim the words as true? I know who I am. Say it to yourself a few times as you take your next big breath. and then turn to your soul. Are you able to ask a question and completely let go of it too? Can you ask a question and also totally surrender? And see, be curious about whether anything will come up. Specifically, try and not use your brain to find the answer. Just let it go. And see if from some deeper place an answer floats up. And if it doesn't, be curious about the experience anyway. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, ask this question of your soul. Who is it that I am? Who is it that I am? Take your next big breath. We'll reach for the second statement. I know what I am. Is that different from who I am? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, say the words to yourself a few more times. I know what I am. How does that feel in your body? What comes up for you when you say the words, I know what I am? Take your next big breath. And then take it to your soul and ask the question. Ask the question and also completely let it go. See if anything comes to you from a deep place. What is it that I am? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, the question to ask is, what is it that I am? Take your next big breath. third statement is, I know how I serve. I know how I serve. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, repeat that a few more times. I know how I serve. How does that feel in your body? Take your next big breath. And then take the question to your soul. Ask and also let it go. How is it that I serve? Feel deep into you and see if any answer comes from a deep place. How is it that I serve? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale that you can. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness into every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. As you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. No more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you a few thoughts from the Tao of Pooh again this morning. It says, the first thing we need to do is to recognize and trust our own inner nature and not lose sight of that. The next one says, do you really want to be happy? You can begin by being appreciative of who you are. And how can you get very far if you don't know who you are? The last thought was, the masters of life know the way, for they listen to the voice within them, the voice of wisdom and simplicity, the voice of reason beyond cleverness, and the voice that knows beyond knowledge. There are 2-3 minutes of silence left. Fall into you again and again. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know how I serve. Or ask the questions again. Who is it that I am? What is it that I am? How is it that I serve? I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. There are many spiritual philosophies that have as its core the idea that what we are here for, our number one job here on earth, is to remember who we are. And if you do find that, you'll understand how much guidance comes from that knowing of who you are. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, the last 5 breaths of gratitude. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this teaching. Winnie the Pooh and Paul Selig. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for knowing who I am. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for knowing what I am. breath in. Thank you for knowing how I serve. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. And I'm just seeing a reminder that even if when you've had not just one but multiple of these moments of getting to a place of real clarity of who I am, what I am, how I serve, really knowing, finding that in those spiritual traditions, I have done my job. I have remembered who it is that I am. The reminder that I'm just getting right now is we need to not forget that we're human and we have a lot of human baggage and a lot of human neural pathways that we formed up until now. It's very likely that we have moments that we forget. And then we're consumed by all the human baggage again, consumed up by all the meaning we've made of ourselves, about ourselves, and about the world since childhood. What we need to remember is that we will forget from time to time, and that it's our job to return to this remembering. Return to remembering who I am, what I am, how I serve. And the more you do that, the more trust develops in you. I always feel it this way. I feel like I can trust myself to always find my way back to the best version of me. Why can I trust that? Because I've done it over and over again. Doesn't matter how many times I've completely fallen off that path and completely forgotten. I know that I can trust myself to always find myself back to the best version of me. And you've done it. You've done it over and over again. Diane, it's good to see you. Good morning. Pat, good morning. Estelle, good morning. It's good to see you. Somebody, thank you. Estelle, thank you. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Thanks, Anthony. You can trust you to always find your way back to the best version of you. Have an awesome day. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.